There are a few things that I guarantee you're doing every single day. And I'm going to be explaining them right now because we got to break you out of these bad habits. Because what's happening is you're doing these things over and over and over and over again, right? That's what a habit is. And it is completely murdering your confidence. So I want to break these. I want to help you break these and get you to the point where you can become more comfortable in front of women, more confident in front of women. Most importantly, become more confident in yourself. Okay, so here's what's going on. Here's what you're doing. One thing you're doing is you're looking at things from an emotional perspective and not a logical perspective. I bring this up a lot when I'm talking about achieving goals, when people are trying to achieve something. Anything you're trying to achieve in life is probably somewhat challenging. And the reason why it's challenging is because you're looking at it from an emotional standpoint. You get down on yourself, you say all these negative things to yourself, you let sadness or anxiety or depression or anger take over. Now, it's completely normal to have an emotional response, but it's what you do with that emotional response that matters. If you let the emotional response take over, then your confidence is going to sink and you're not going to be able to achieve whatever it is you want to achieve. Now, if you look at it from a logical perspective and you say, okay, this thing didn't work as you're trying to achieve something. So we'll say in this case, let's say you're going over and approaching a woman and she rejects you or something happens where you feel embarrassed. You can look at that from an emotional standpoint and be down on yourself and be really upset and say, I suck, and then it takes you another 2 weeks to approach another girl. As we know, that's not going to work and that's not going to help you build your confidence. So what you want to do is look at it from a logical standpoint. Look at it from a very unbiased standpoint and say to yourself, okay, it didn't work out. It wasn't exactly what I was hoping for. What can I do better? So you look at things from a feedback loop. Get feedback from it. Not emotional feedback, but feedback in terms of how you can do better. Think about looking at it in a neutral way. And this can go, by the way, with anything in your life. It's very easy for us to get down very fast on something that goes wrong. So instead, look at it from a logical standpoint and see what you can do better for the next time. I always bring this up, and I'm going to continue to bring this up. You got to be resilient. And if you're going to be resilient, you're going to be able to get up faster from something. It's going to be you practicing looking at things from a logical standpoint. The next habit that we all do, guilty over here, is you're seeking external validation. I was talking about this actually a few videos ago, talking about someone always seeking external validation, seeking compliments, seeking rewards, seeking something outside of yourself. A lot of guys, and this is a big downfall when they're trying to meet women, is when they go up to a woman and do an approach and talk to somebody, they are waiting for the feedback or the response from the woman. If she seems kind of distraught, then they're going to be distraught. If they see that the woman is just like really not interested, they're going to feel rejected. What's happening here is you are looking for external validation. You're waiting for her to say, okay, I'm happy that you're talking to me. But the reality is it takes a little bit for you to go over and feel comfortable and you guys have a conversation that's going to actually pan out to something. So make sure that when you're doing an approach, or really, again, anything else in your life, that you're not looking for external validation. It's got to be you on your path, on your purpose, focusing on yourself, internally validating yourself, and then combined with the last one, looking at things from a logical perspective so you can keep moving forward. I'm going to give you an example right now, and it relates to this actual YouTube video and other YouTube videos I've made in terms of seeking validation. I could go in the comments and I could read the comments and I can see that some people like the video and there's other people who don't like the video. Some people will thumbs up, some people will thumbs it down. So if I were to rely on external validation, I would be reading these comments and looking at the thumbs up, thumbs down, the like and not like it, and I'd be reacting to that. And that could either bring me up or bring me down, whatever the case may be, but that doesn't do anything for me. What matters is I believe in the information that I'm giving you. I'm confident in what I'm doing. So think about that where it pertains to your life. Where in your life are you looking outside of yourself for some sort of review or performance review? You got to make sure that you know that you're doing it right and you feel like you're doing a good job. That's the most important. Here's another habit that is completely killing your confidence. You are not abiding by the 3-second rule. Do you know what the 3-second rule is? I'm going to tell you right now. The 3-second rule is you being able to, within 3 seconds or less, go over and talk to the girl that you're interested in. If you have any interest in going out and meeting women in person, then you need to abide by this rule, because what a lot of guys do, and a lot of my coaching clients do, is they mess this up. They wait too long to approach the girl, and then they get in their head, and then they don't end up doing it. And that pattern repeats over and over and over and over until they're kicking themselves in the butt, and they're down on themselves, and they're like, I can't do it. So you gotta break this habit. Whenever you see a girl that you wanna talk to, practice going over to her right away, saying anything that comes to mind. Obviously not creepy, but just going over there and saying at the very least, hi. That is gonna be better than not doing it at all. And it's gonna be exponentially harder to go over and approach a woman if you don't do it within 3 seconds. So try this out. What I've just mentioned here is stuff that I talk about in my coaching program, especially the 3-second rule, where I help you go over, talk to girls, meet girls, attract girls. So if you need help with that, if you feel that you're struggling with any of the things that I've discussed on today's video and you want assistance, I want you to go to the description, click on the link, coachedbytripp.com, fill out an application right away for you and I to work together. I'm accepting applications right now. Anyone over 18 is already pre-approved, so do that immediately, and then you and I can hop on the phone and see if coaching is a good fit for you. Coaching is the fastest way to get better at being able to really do anything, especially in this area, because we all know it is tough to get yourself out there, approaching women and doing it correctly. Don't do it alone. Let me help you. Apply. Go to coachedbytripp.com. See you on the next video.